Hey, what's going on, guys? Alright, so I'm getting a chance finally to tear this thing apart. I'm going to take a look at this link and see if I have an upgrade for this available that will just get rid of the link itself. You know, I'm not thrilled about the thickness of it, but I'm going to keep two of them on here, even if it does work. I'm going to still run them, but I want to also put the other links on just to kind of get that durability test. You know, so if I can put some stronger links on, I want to know if this is a reoccurring issue. So I can't do that if I take the links completely off, but I am going to replace a pair of them, and then we'll, you know, be able to compare it that way. Also, I don't have the shaft, but I will be looking into getting this one out and seeing if I have something to replace this with. If nothing else, just something compatible. See if the full aluminum one from the Volcano works, because I've never sheared that. So you know, maybe this one's just a little bit different, but I'll take a look at it and be able to compare it once I actually get it out in my hand as well. But mainly we're just going to kind of show the access. So anybody that hasn't had this, or if you want to work on this truck and you got to figure it out, mainly we're looking at the access here, because this is pretty clear how the access is. So let's get started. So these are the links I'm looking at. These are from the Volcano, and they seem like they're going to be perfect. So you can see once we get them off, much thicker, just better, just a better setup, you know, with the aluminum ends. It's definitely not going to break at this point anymore. You know, the next question might be, does it break off at the knuckle? But again, we'll address that. They'll have the aluminum knuckles and things like that, so anybody who wants to toughen the truck up is going to be able to do that. You're not going to have to worry about these pieces at all. And I was looking at this as well. It seems like the steering links in these are probably the same part number, so if these work, I have enough of these, I might go ahead and replace all my upper arms too. Again, I'm going to take this out a few more times before I do any of that, because I want to double check the durability of this. So I'll probably hold off, probably stick with the two today. Might even do one one and one, I don't know. Like I said, I might play with it. The only reason I would do that is just for testing. Like, I might just replace both of these here like that, and see how this one side holds up. But I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We'll see as we go. 2.5 millimeter. So this will probably work. I'm going to probably have to replace the screw. So if you're doing something like this, this is a ball head screw that snaps on, kind of like you see on the Blackout and Volcanoes and them as well. And this has got the one with the screw that goes right through it. So I'll get the screw length and I'll put a different screw in here for this one. That'll alleviate that whole problem. Alright. Seems about the length now. So I will just duplicate this. I'll probably even it out. I'm a little uneven here, so I can take this one out a little bit. Looks about right. So this should make a decent replacement. We'll see. Alright, well, let's pop this tire on. It's going to be out just a little bit, although when it's sitting up, it doesn't. Actually, I think I nailed it as far as steering straight. Looks good. That one's definitely not going to give me the problem. And since we got it off, you can clearly, if I get focus, clearly see there's a thickness difference. Plus, like I said, the advantage of having the plastic, or I should say the aluminum over the plastic, helps. Alright, So I guess let's do one side maybe. Maybe we'll do... I guess I could do the rear. Steering's going to take more abuse, I think, with coming down the tires, shifting left and right. So I would expect to break one in the front before the rear, but that's not what happened this time. But we'll go ahead and put these in the rear. There we go. Links on and installed. Let's take a look and see what the access is going to be for this to get to this drive shaft. So we're going to start with just these two screws and see what that gets us. Alright, well, there's the piece. See, you know, I like this. Here's why. Because as I'm putting this in, I'm thinking, okay, these stiffer links could cause issue to the hole right here. Well, knowing that it's just this piece that this is going to attach to, and I think that these are one of the things that are available in aluminum, that's going to kill the fact of wondering if this is going to eventually wear out. Even if it does, I can just replace it there if it pulls out on me. But that's good. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, hold on here. I think this is a steel spur on here. It sure as hell is. It's a steel spur on there. That is awesome. So, therefore, it does not need to be upgraded. It's actually got the steel spur out the box. And I love, can I say I love the access? Oh, gotta take the front off now. Nice. Man, I'm telling you what. Ease of access so far, I'm going to give it a A-minus if I'm grading. I mean, just, you know, things like this is always a pain in the ass, especially with like the Volcano, trying to adjust the servo saver and the nut that was on there. Just to access it, like if the screws on the bottom start to come out wrong, like the caldera, things like that, earthquake, all of them were really difficult to get to if you had to access this. I mean, this takes it right off. I can take these links off here, take the screw off the link on the top, and I can have my whole servo saver out in a matter of a few minutes, which is a good thing. I like the access. So the diffs, we can see them. I'm sure I have to take probably the arms and everything else. This doesn't, looks like it might come off on the top, but either way, we might not access the diffs today. I do want to see how the access is to them, and I'm already partially there. But again, I'm going to stick with what I came to do for now, and that is to look at the broken shaft. There it is. So where it gets thin at is where it broke at. Broke probably right about there, broke the whole head off. So I can tell you right now, this looks familiar. There it is. Same shaft as the Volcano. Now, why it broke and why I've never had one of these break, I don't know, because I have had 3S on the Volcano. Fluke, could be. But that just means that we're going to be up and running today. Now, it came out too easy and jinxed myself, because now this might not go right back in easily for me, but we're going to try. Oh, yeah. Just enough flex with that front off, with those skids off. Nice. So you don't have to take anything else off. Fits right in there. Awesome. All right. Good deal. See that right there? See what I think happened, even though this is steel now, helps me with this a little bit more. I'm thinking I probably jammed the front somehow along one of the motions here. And look, right now, this side's not turning on me with this jammed all the way down. So what probably happened was, again, powering here, just spun it so fast, probably on 3S, trying to get me to catch it and flip it, that it, you know, sheared the end. And not that it's an excuse, because it should not have happened. But that's probably how it happened. And again, that's the brake. And the access, man, I don't even know what it took here. It hasn't taken that long at all, and it's probably gonna take me less time to throw this thing back together. But we're fixed. I got a new drive shaft in. I got my links on. We're back up and going. So we'll take it out. We'll go for a round 2. We'll see if I can get better results for a day total on that. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this back together for now, man, and get her back out. That is it, guys. That is like one of the simplest things I think I've had to do, with expectations being a little higher. I mean, I really was expecting it to be a little bit more difficult. You know, kind of put it off a few days. No, not one access, to figure out the access. And I assumed it was only a matter of taking off these, but sometimes taking off the bottom of the diffs things, the arms start to fall off, and you dissect the whole thing. But it looks like it's held on here pretty well, which gives you that brace where it doesn't fall apart on you. Obviously, if you took these two off, it's as simple as that to remove your whole front end, though. So that's also great access. If I needed to access this rear diff, I'm sure I'm starting with these 2 screws here, and then these 6 or 8 screws here, and it's as simple as that. I'm going to have the whole rear end in my hand, and that's going to allow me then to look at it so much easier. And it also gives you better access to the rear here for the drivetrain and stuff, where the spur goes. That's to me, again, it's a plus there. That is also the fact that the spur is sitting down here more, so it answers my question how they got that 64's2 spur in such a little area, because I knew it had the Volcano spur in it, but clearly it looks like the pinion sits up on top of it a little bit more, and it is sitting down below. So great chassis design. I'm liking this chassis design right now. The minor things that I have had into it so far, I'm gonna wait and hold judgment on. Not everybody's gonna want to put upgrades on it right away, but you know, it's something that might happen. But with the price of these aluminum parts, first of all, the ones I use from Redcat, these things can be found from China all over eBay. I sell packages and things like that of them. I could, you know, now that I know that these work, I might even start bringing these in different colors, and you know, doing it that way, because the colors that they have would probably coordinate better with some of the trucks. Like I get silver ones and things like that I can get. But yeah, we got some complete sag here. We're going to definitely do our shock oil before we get this thing back out. But other than that, man, I mean, we'll see now that we know the aluminum fits. I'll keep an eye on that. And if it becomes an issue with the other ones or the links, or if we just want to do them and have them all look good, that is an option. So these things are adjustable a little bit too much here, because I got that double adjustment. So I'm thinking thread lock's probably going to be the way I go, because this might open and close on its own while I'm driving, but we'll see. Alright, well, we're all set, guys. That was the access. That's what we did. Those are the compatibility parts that I know of so far, and I'll keep you up to date on any other work we do on this as well. But also, of course, we'll see a couple more run videos and see if we can't keep it from breaking. So I am going to keep the 7600 75C. I'm not going to go back to 2S. So yeah, we'll definitely be seeing a little bit more and put it to the test. So we're going to find out if what happened up here is a fluke. If it does it again to me, I'm going to be a little bit more careful, a little more cautious. Driving a locked rear end definitely has to handle it a little bit differently. Can't do some of the same things I do with a center diff. But again, no big deal. I can adjust, and I will, and we'll see if it changes anything. Alright guys, thanks for watching.